are live from the Chicagoland Speedway for the Coast to Coast Cup Series here tonight. These drivers are going to do battle here at Chicagoland. I am Jonathan Canfield. I am joined in the booth tonight by Adam Kuhn. Adam, how you doing?
Good evening, Jonathan. I'm doing well. Excited to cover another race here in the Coast to Coast Cup Series on a Thursday night, and should be exciting. Our first over race of the season with these guys, and their fifth one this season, so it should be an exciting one to see everything unfold tonight.
Yeah, and right now we're looking at drivers out there making practice laps. 4 minutes left in practice, and currently right now Mahone is at the top of the board. He sits on pit road, not making any more laps right now, but we'll look at some other drivers that are out there just making laps. The 18, Patrick Colusio, I'm going to say is how that's pronounced. If I'm wrong, and you're here in chat, please correct us. But Patrick out there making some laps, currently sitting P16 on the board. And the 31 of Ollie Reeves, who we seen have a pretty steady run last week at the Daytona Road Course, is out there on track right now, sitting P7.
That's exactly where he finished last Thursday night at the Daytona Road Course, was in that 7th position.
See, as you look around the track, as we're shifting between drivers, a lot of these drivers using different lines around the track, but I'm noticing something that the top line is actually being used quite a bit.
Yeah, Jonathan, Chicagoland's one of these great mile and a halves where the racing line's going to move around, and depending on how your car is going to handle, you can use a bunch of different lines around this racetrack to find the speed to get out of the dirty air of the other driver, and that's going to be kind of important here tonight at this mile and a half track, especially with these next gen cars.
Well, Adam, and you talk about the dirty air, we see it here in real life nowadays, how much that clean air versus that dirty air, being behind a car and being in a different lane than another car, it can make a difference. It just it's like these cars, when you get right behind a car, it's like you hit a brick wall, and it changes the handling of your car entirely from what you were used to when you were in clean air. So you'll see guys moving around tonight trying to get clean air to that nose, and I'm sure we're going to see guys pushing the limit here tonight, trying to find how fast they can go through the corners without pushing over that line of wrecking and out of control.
And one thing to really know, it's not going to be too much of a factor really in this race tonight, but just one thing to keep in the back of our minds is that the next gens never raced at Chicagoland Speedway, so this is really an entirely new combination that we were only able to see here on iRacing, so it's kind of fun to see these guys out here tonight trying what they can do with these 7th generation of cars here at this mile and a half. Jonathan, what have you ran here at Chicagoland, and what can you find the best way around this track for yourself personally?
For me personally, as a driver, I've raced a lot of Xfinity here, and I found that the top is good for the start of the run, but it's gonna eat your tires the longer you stay up there. The bottom is very careful on your tires, and it really helps save tire, which is something you don't really see too much concern of in a next gen nowadays with this 7th generation car. Tire wear has not been as on the driver's mind as it used to be. But I think with the fact that NASCAR doesn't race at this track anymore with their Cup car and the combination of this car with this track, I think we could see some tire wear issues here tonight. I think you're going to see guys sending it around the top and burning up their tires, and I think you're going to see guys who are going to be taking care of them, running the bottom, and trying to make as many moves as they can. But I do expect to see a lot of guys making passes on the top as that wraps up our practice. And we roll into qualifying here tonight. Brian Lorenzo going to be the first car out there to lay down a lap here tonight. Also have Ollie Reeves out there. And Borski's out there. I see the 24. A lot of drivers trying to get out here early and get their laps laid down. We ride with Brian Lorenzo on his first lap. Turns 1 and 2 looked pretty good. You see him stay all the way up by the wall in 3 and 4, building as much momentum as possible. First lap's going to be at 30.9. Ollie Reeves currently to the top of the board on his first lap. We'll see what Lorenzo gets on his second. Lorenzo is going to jump back to the top of the board temporarily. Ollie Reeves was a little bit faster that lap, but not enough to match what Lorenzo did. At 18, he comes across P7. Six of Tristan Troll. He's going to come across the line for his final lap and see if he can improve.
Yeah, Troy's going to stay committed here to this high line. It doesn't really look like it's going to be an up-to-speed lap. He rolled out of the throttle big time there.
Jump over here with the 54, Caden Bullard. As he's out here on his first lap. Right now, Brian Lorenzo has the time to beat Bullard, Lukin, and Swinski have yet to qualify. Right now, Bullard being the only one of those three to be out here as he lays down his first lap and goes 15th quick. We'll see if he improves on lap 2. Coming across the line, clean and green through 3 and 4. He's going to put down a second lap. And he improves to 6th fastest. And I don't see our other 2 drivers that are set to qualify out on track. So, as of right now, it's looking like Brian Lorenzo is going to be your pole sitter for this race at Chicago here tonight. And with 40 seconds left in qualifying, there's not going to be enough time to lay down a lap. So we will go ahead and pull up your JCTV starting grid. So on the pole, it is going to be Brian Lorenzo. To his outside is going to be Luke Mahone. And then starting inside row 2 is going to be Ollie Reeves and Ellis Wells to his outside. Cody Rivera's last week's winner is going to be on the inside of row number 3 with Bullard to his outside. Shockey Tarpley is going to be on the inside of row 4 with Warren to his outside. Borski, who we've seen have an up and down race last week on the Daytona road course, is going to be starting on the inside of row 5, and the 18 of I'm going to mess it up every time. Coluccio is going to be to his outside.
Starting on the 6th row is going to be the 56. That is Devin Frank, and alongside him is the number 3 fielder. On the 7th row is going to be the 84 of Thurston, point leader in the Coast to Coast Cup Series with drop weeks added. And then alongside him is the number 95 of Morrow. And then on the next row is going to be the 07 of Wes Gallo. Alongside him is Brendan Fowler in the number 4. Jason Rashcock on the next row on the 71 alongside him is the number 24 of Green, and then rounding out this field here is the 6 of Tristan Truitt, I believe, and then alongside him is going to be the 28 of Sawinski.
And I believe there's one more driver on there. Bring up your top 30. Looks like Lucan is going to be starting shotgun of the field here tonight. And that will be your starting grid here on JCTV. So as mentioned, Brian Lorenzo, he's going to lead them. He's going to start from the pole. You got Luke Mahone to the outside. Pace cars rolling. Drivers are rolling. Adam, while they're pacing around this track, go ahead. Let us know what your expectations are here for tonight with this track and this car, this combo that we have.
Yeah, I think we're going to see these guys spread out a little bit more on this mile and a half than we would usually see with the next gens. I think just because it's going to be a lot of tire drag here at Chicagoland. Not as much as a normal high abrasion racetrack like something like Auto Club, but I think it's definitely going to be a factor here tonight. And especially with the way the field qualified tonight, it was pretty close in qualifying, so I think it's going to be a tight field, and then we might see a little bit of passing in the pit cycle, a lot of passing, I should say, in the pit cycle, and that's where we're going to see, I think, the most positions made up.
Could see some chaos, could go clean and green. We're going to find out now as that pace car pulls off to the safety of pit road.
Green.
And the green flag is out. We are green, and Brian Lorenzo is going to lead them to the line. But we'll see if he still has that lead going into turn 1. They're going to be side by side. Luke Mahone's going to be on the outside with help from Ellis Wells. Ollie Reeves going to be giving Lorenzo the push. You see the field fans out in the background. See Luke Mahone dropping here early. It's right behind him. They've got 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Cody Rivera's wants to get in the mix. They're still 3 wide. Cody Rivera's is looking at taking them 4.
There was a little bit of contact there coming off turn 2, I believe, between the 5 and the 54, and they're still crowding each other into turn 3. Everyone made it through there, but Luke Mahone dropping even more position to you on lap 2. He's down to 8th.
Jump back up here with Cody Rivera's, who seems like a man on a mission right now. He is just moving up through this field, making every move he has to make. The 54, Caden Bullard, he's battling with Shockey Tarpley. Tarpley's going to get the better of that exchange. And now that opens the door for Nicholas Borski to get to the outside of the 54. Looks like the 23 is also going to complete the pass. Seen the top line work out early here, Adam. Do you think drivers stay up there or they get down before these tires burn up?
I'm not sure. Sometimes the high line can be the way to go once the tires burn up. It could just be a lot easier just to ride up there, and I think a track similar to this Kansas would be the best example of that. But I don't know if it's going to play example tonight with these next gens here at Chicago, as we have side by side for the lead with Ali Reeves there going around Lorenzo on the outside of turn 1.
Yeah, Lorenzo's been sticking to the bottom so far here early, and now Ali Reeves jumping to the outside and trying to get that run off the corner. But there's one big problem with these next gens that I don't think we talked about. It's the draft package they have for a track like this. Right now you see Lorenzo's hanging tough with Ellis Wells in behind him, but now Ali Reeves should be able to complete the passes. Oh, Lorenzo's going to jump up into line right in front of Wells. Wells is going to look to his outside now.
Yeah, Reeves did a really good job because Wells was pushing Lorenzo down the front straightaway, and even with that help, he was able to clear Lorenzo and just made even more advantage of it once Wells got to the outside of Brian and raced that 77. They were still racing each other into turn 1. Looks like Wells is going to clear that position though for P2.
Jump back here towards the back of this pack. You see Wes Gallo. He's battling with the 56 of Devin Frank. Now he's looking to the outside on the 84, Thurston. Wes Gallo jumping to the outside where no one else is going. Seems like the back is a little more tame right now, but Wes Gallo sees an opportunity to get to the front, and he's trying to get there. Ooh, right there, the 81 actually of Seth Warren kind of threw a little bit of a block on Gallo, and you've seen him stall out his run. Back up front, it looks like Wells has actually taken the lead.
Ian Lorenzo has fallen to the 4th position, maybe make that 5th, as here comes last week's winner Cody Rivera to his inside now in turns 2. Now down the back straightaway they go, and Shockey Tarpley has made himself comfortable in that 3rd position as Ali Reeves trying to go back for that lead here in turn 3 with a dive to the inside. Was going to be able to stay in clear, and they are 3 wide back here for a moment.
Yeah,
Cool contact.
I've been watching this yellow 18 car, Patrick Calusio. He is making some moves, and other drivers are making moves on him, but that yellow car, you can't miss it, and he's been in the middle of the action back here. But kind of just appeared up here now inside the top 6, top 5, and he has definitely shown some speed here early. We'll see what he's got here as he's peeking on the outside of Lorenzo. Ooh, looks like Borski grabbed a little bit of wall right there in front of Wes Gallo. As right now, all these drivers under a blanket too wide.
Yeah, you called it, Jonathan. 2x2 throughout this entire top 10, pretty much. Maybe make that 11 cars here. It is the top 10 here, all right here, pretty much gridded like a start of the race. Ellis Wells trying to get an advantage here in turn 3. Thought about clearing himself down low, but Ali Reeves was just there, barely into turn 3's entry, and here comes Cody Rivera with a push to Ali Reeves, and now 3 wide in the middle on the front straightaway.
3 wide. We might even get to 4 wide at some point here. These drivers are letting it all hang out and going for it here early. As you see now, Ali Reeves stuck to the inside. Cody Rivera's in the middle, and Shockey Tarpley up there on the outside. The 18 just trying to decide who's faster and where to go. And here comes Borski looking through the middle between Reeves and the 18.
More cars contacting the wall there off turn 4. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, Jonathan, of course. Next gen cars a lot more durable, just don't break the toe link.
Exactly right, Adam. But as durable as the bodies are, the toe link is actually what breaks first, and it doesn't take much to break it. As simple as just pushing it too hard, and your toe link could be toasted here tonight. As it looks like Borski might have blinked out there for a second. Cody Rivera's, though, he's looking for the lead. We're 3 wide. Wells in the middle. Tarpley up top. They sort it out. Rivera's gets to the lead, though.
And here comes Shockey Tarpley here, outside of Alice Wells for that second position as Rivera's trying to work both lanes down the front straightaway now.
Trying to work both lanes, and Adam, I think neither one of us could have predicted how this pretty much looks like a draft track for these cars. It seems like once you get out front, it's about managing whatever lane has the run and just keeping your tail end of your car in front of their nose. As you see Tarpley now pulling down for some clean air in front of his nose and seeing if he can make a run for the lead.
Yeah, this is still super competitive up here for the lead, of course, Jonathan, but I think behind them it's starting to spread out just a little bit. As soon as I say that, they go 3 wide back there for the 5th position, actually. And, I think they're starting to get that tire deg, though. They're not as clumped up together as they once were, but they are 3 wide once again back here. This is the same 2 up top, though. That's Wes Gallo and Caden Bullitt up there on the top lane. And as Nicholas Borowski was able to get by both of them, and so was, Kulioko earlier.
Yeah, Gallo has stuck to this top, and he's actually slowly worked his way up here, as now he's going to put Borowski 3 wide again, and this time he's going to get the better of Borowski. But Gallo's been slowly and methodically working his way up here. Inside the top 10 now, up in 8th. We'll see if he continues to keep moving his line around, as now he goes to the bottom. And the 54 is going to look to his outside and see if he can get a run. Back up front, it looks like Ellis Wells has made a run to the outside of Cody Rivera's.
Yeah, I think he led that last lap, actually, Jonathan. He has been trying to work this outside lane about the last lap or so, and he had a little bit of momentum trying to make it go his way. He had the lead there entering turn 3, but he doesn't have a lot of help behind him like Rivera's does with Ali Reeves right there tucked up behind him as they go 3 wide again on the front straightaway. I believe it's Luke Mahome going on the inside of Shockey Tarpley there. It is actually the 77 of Brian Lorenzo.
Yeah, Brian Lorenzo not willing to go away here early. He's going to keep fighting hard. Our Pulsitter trying to find his way back up there. And Shockey Tarpley just trying to figure out what happened in the last couple laps. He was up there fighting for the lead just 2 laps ago. Now he's mired back here in 7th. As you see, Luke Mahone again going to pull to the inside. He's going to get the 3 wide move done. And the 18 and the 31 make contact behind him.
And for the lead, it looks like Rivera's has a huge run on the back straightaway, ran the top line through turn 2, and was able to pull that 36 alongside the 57 there. But I thought he was going to be able to take that run and clear Alice Wells, but he was not. They're still side-by-side, door-to-door at the finish line. That is Wells with the advantage here to complete lap 19. Lap 20.
Yeah, 20 laps in, but you wouldn't believe that it's 20 laps in of 117 the way these guys are racing. And Adam, I think you can agree with me. The most impressive part is they're racing this hard and barely touching each other.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some minor contact, but really nothing huge. Yeah, of course, we haven't had any incidents, and we haven't had any really major contact between anyone side to side or nose to tail really at all that we have seen yet. We have one retirement Fielder has pulled off. That was 15 laps ago though, so very early in this race. And we're 3 wide. Oh, we jinxed it, Jonathan.
Oh, yes, we did.
That's
Adam.
a big crash there on the back straightaway.
Mahone's in it. Looked like the 18 was in
18,
it.
yep. Luke Mahone has to be a little bit careful here, though. He didn't destroy his car hitting both of those walls, I think.
Not sure what damage is done to the 5, but that car looks relatively clean. Looks like the 6 of Tristan Troll was also in that one. We'll see if we can pull up JCTV's replay. show you what happened here.
Oh man, they almost went 4 wide off the exit to turn 2, I think is what started it all, Jonathan.
Yeah. They almost went 4 wide. We're pulling it back here, and we're going to show you what happened going into turn 1. You see them almost 4 wide. Luke Mahone and the 18 really close together. They get hooked together, it looks like. Up in the wall they go. Shockey Tarpley, the look like 95. Wes Gallo was in that one, and the 18, and also Tristan Troll came in that one late.
Yeah, Tristan Troll got a lot of damage in that, Jonathan. He was riding around a little bit further back in the pack, and I think the front end of that 6 car was torn off there. Well, not quite, but it was beat up on almost every end.
So we bring you back live here. Drivers have already made their pit stops. It looked like most of the field came down. And a little bit of a shakeup here up front. Brian Lorenzo sitting in P2 now. Cody Rivera's dropped back to 4th. But Ellis Wells still continuing to lead the field here.
Yeah, there we see Shockey Tarpley and another car, I can't quite make out who that is, try and beat the pace car out there to save their lead lap position. It's going to be the 8101, trying to stay on the lead lap here and maintain a fight in this race, Jonathan. Yes, it's going to be at lap 45 tonight. And we see there the 81 going down a lap. I don't think he beat the pace car out, Jonathan. It was pretty close watching Shockey trying to see Shockey try and race out of the pits there, but I don't think the 81 of Warren made it out. He has gone down another lap here as we were getting ready to go double fire for this restart.
And now y'all can hear me. Adam's not crazy. He's not talking to himself. He's talking to me. I forgot to unmute my mic. I'll admit it. But as Adam was talking about, lap 45 was stage break, and I was saying while my mic was muted that these drivers pretty much can split the stage here. They all took pit stops, and they'll be able to split the stage here as far as tires go. Not sure how many they have in the pits, but as Adam and I talked about, that tire wear is going to be a big factor the longer these guys run. They were able to do about 21 laps clean, which was fairly impressive for how hard they were going. We'll see if any of the anxiety and the heat has calmed down any, and if they're going to make it to the stage, or if they're going to continue to race how they were. But one thing I need to notice, and Adam, I'm sure you'll notice it too, Thurston is in the top 5 after that round of pit stops. Only a 7.1 second pit stop, probably 2 tires and a splash of gas. But Thurston's up inside this top 5 now.
Green flag.
As the green flag is out, Ellis Wells is going to jump out to an advantage, leaving the field behind him.
Yeah, that's a pretty comfortable lead, about Curious to see if it's too big of a lead with the way that we've seen the racing on the early part of the tire life here tonight. See him trying to work the draft though just a little bit down the back straightaway as Cody Rivera's clear for that second position. Here comes Thurston on the outside, scored in third, trying to take that position over Lonzo. He is going to be able to do that. Now he's trying to get second from Rivera's down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Thurston working hard to get up to that second spot right now. He's pushing, and he might have grabbed a little bit of wall right there. It was certainly close if he didn't grab it, but man, what a move. Now under fire from the 71 of Rashcock.
Yeah, Jason Rashcock with a huge dive there in the middle of the corner. He's going to sort it out here on the front straightaway as Thurston goes below the white line. So does, believe that is Rivera's right there behind him. It is indeed on his inside now of Jason Rashcock. He's going to slide up a little bit there in 2 and 2.
And, you know, we got to give a call to both the 84 and the 71. A lot of these cars we've seen up here all race. But the 84 and the 71 took a little bit of a pit stop strategy there. And now they're up here, and they're fighting for stage points.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was the main part of their strategy there, was to be in the contention of these stage points here and have a fighting chance at some point of getting a net result. They knew they weren't going to drive up there following the leaders, as we have a battle for the lead. Thurston is all over the place trying to get by Ellis Wells, as the battle for third and fourth rages on, just about 0.2 of a second behind these guys. Ooh, we got close to that wall. Whoa, Borowski. That was a huge send into the corner, and he's going to make it stick there underneath Thurston in the 84. Yeah, we saw last week Nicholas Borowski have an interesting week as he has cleared Ellis Wells for the lead. Borowski with that lead, Jonathan last week, he sat on the pole at the Daytona Road Course, had a very interesting race, had a couple of spins, I believe, and fought back up to having a decent result. But here tonight, huge sends into the corner to be able to just take second and now take the lead over Ellis Wells and pull away from the field just a little bit here as Thurston and Wells try and fight for the second position amongst themselves.
Yeah, Adam, I told you last week when we talked to this driver after the stage, you could kind of hear it in his voice. He's a younger driver, and he's really just focused on putting down solid laps, but he's one of those young guys that just has speed, and he needs to learn. He said it himself. He's learning how to not make those little mistakes. He's learning how to harness the speed that he does have. So right now, doing a great job out to a half-second lead over the field, really, and looking very solid here early going into this race.
Yeah, and you mentioned over the field because that battle for second has changed into a 3-4 car fight. Maybe make that 5 now at the front straightaway. Another car enters the fray. Top 5 outside of Borowski is just clumped up together right here. And Jason Rashcock had a huge run a couple moments ago, but now, believe it, that's the lap car, the 81 in the middle of this mix.
The 81 appears to be trying to unlap himself. Seth Warren actually running down your race leader.
On a speed out of 1 there, he's going to be able to clear that second position of Ellis Wells, who is still fighting very aggressive with Thurston. I mentioned Jason Rashcock. He was fighting up there with those guys. He has been now passed by the 5 of Luke Mahone, trying to get back up through the field.
And now we're going to look at this because this is interesting. The 81, faster than your leader? Yes. Is the leader going to let him by? That is to be determined, but he is determined to get that lap back. you know, looking at his pit time, he definitely had damage to repair, but he also has the freshest set of tires on the track because of it. So, a lot of these guys taking 2 tires or no tires. This 81, he has 4 fresh tires, and he's showing what they can do.
And right behind them, Luke Mahone is going to take that second position from Alice Wells, and he's going to clear him pretty dramatically on the front straightaway, as Rashcock was able to get by Thurston for that 4th spot.
Now the 81 has unlapped himself, but now this has allowed Mahone to close up to Bowarski. And that's not what you want to see if you're Nicholas Bowarski, is that 5 car getting all over your tailgate. Or your deck lid, I should say.
Yeah, Nicholas was able to extend the gap just a little bit there in turn 3, and then he just lost it all coming back out into the main straightaway here. And I think that's definitely having to do with this 81 just right in front of the field. Nothing really of Seth Warren's ability here. It's just what we talked about at the top of the show, the aero package with these next gens, and it's just going to be so much more difficult for Nicholas Borowski to hold this lead while you're not having the lead air that you normally would, of course, at this moment in the race.
Well, I'll tell you who's Mr. Warren's biggest fan right now, and it's going to be that 6 car of Tristan Troll. Tristan Troll's still out there on track. First car lap down in 18th position, but if Warren cannot keep his lap until the stage break, which is we're within 5 to go, if he can't keep his lap, then that gives Warren the lucky dog at the stage break. So right now, Tristan Troll is the biggest fan of this 81 if he wants his lap back.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tristan Troll, we saw got that damage in that early incident, and there it is, trying to fight with the handling of that car here in the mid-pack of the field. And here, if he was on the lead lap, he would be up a couple spots from his 18th running spot. He's going to get wide there, trying to race these guys. Right there, we see Shaki Tarpley and believe the 95 of Gino Mallow he's racing against, and the 56 of Frank. So he would be up to at least 2 or 3 positions from where he's running right now if he would be on the lead lap. So he's just hanging tight here at the tail end of the field.
I see another car back here who I believe you mentioned was involved in that wreck earlier, Dawson. Wes Gallo just hanging out back here now. I think he's seen all he wanted to see up front, and now he's hanging out just right around in the 16th position. Oh, the 56 has a big blink there and blinks back inside of Tristan Troll. So we talk about Tristan Troll not needing any drama and hoping the 81 can hold on to his lap. Well, right there, Tristan Troll almost had some drama.
Yeah, and as we look back at the front of the field, Seth Warren under pressure from Borowski. Yet again for this lead lap position for that 81 car, as these two have pulled away dramatically from the field. 3-second gap over Jason Rashcock in the 71, and Warren able to hold advantage right now over that 23 on the front straightaway with 2 to go on the stage.
And if you're Borowski, you're helping just really keep some people out of competition here. I mean, I know we're only talking about one other car that wouldn't be able to get their lap back, but that could be huge come the end of the race, having that one less car to deal with when it comes time to race for a win. Say you have a late race caution and there's one guy who couldn't get his lap back. That's one less guy you got to worry about that's going to race you for a win at the end of this race. So I like the move by Borowski to go ahead and battle on with the 81. And now the 81 is going to drop back into the clutches of the 5.
Yeah, Nicholas Borowski doing a good job gapping Luke Mahone now on this last lap of the stage.
So as we come off this corner, Nicholas Borowski is going to be your stage winner, followed by Luke Mahone. We'll jump back here. 71, 77. See where this 54 is. He is already across the line, so the stage is official. So, Adam, we talked to him last week as a stage runner-up. This week, we get to talk to him as a stage winner. You want to see if you can dial up that 23 Nicholas Borski?
Hey Nicholas, this guy's in the booth. You got a copy?
How you guys doing?
Doing good. Last week we got to talk to you after a runner-up in the stage. Tonight you got the stage win. The dramatic way you were just able to, or exciting way at least, to just pull away off everyone there through turns 3 and 4. What was that like from the 23 car?
Well, at first there was a bit of a miscommunication between whether I would take tires or not. And looking in the long run, taking tires, or I only took rights this time, and they performed really well. So I wonder how it's going to do later on in the race, but I essentially didn't mean to take tires. But I guess it worked out pretty good for me. And yeah.
Well, what do you think you have in store for the rest of this race here tonight?
Well, I think now it's just going to be a stay behind and avoid everything if anything happens, and just I know I'm going to be towards the back. So now it's just going to be a game of slowly making my way back up the field and seeing if to make anything off of it.
All right, well, thank you, Nicholas, and good luck to you rest of this race. Hopefully, you'll be in contention so we can talk to you at the end of the broadcast here tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that was Nicholas Borowski. He missed pit road there, Jonathan, while we were talking to him and dragged him up here.
Indeed, he did. I was just telling Adam while I was muted, I feel bad for him because now, like he said, he's going to go hang out in the back and see if he can climb through the field. So, Nick, when you're rewatching this, or if you're watching it right now, we're sorry, buddy, but we didn't mean to make you miss pit road. So with that, that's actually going to hand the lead over to the 24 of Matthew Green, who appears that he only took 2 tires with a 6.9 second pit stop.
Yeah, and we just heard Nicholas say the same thing about his last pit stop, taking 2. Worked well for him last time. Let's see what Matthew can do here on this restart against Jason Rashcock and Brian Lorenzo. And Alice Well is still up there in 4th position. This is going to be shaping up to be a dramatic restart here. Hopefully we get to see 23 fight through it, like we just said. That was all on us, unfortunately, for him.
Well, and interesting, looking at all the rest of the pit times, Adam, the 24 seems to be in a world of his own here. Everyone else, 4 tires. So this is going to be really interesting to see how his 2 tires stack up to their 4. Reality tells us that the 4 tires should be better than 2. But as we heard the 23 talk about, 2 tires did really well. As we are now 1 to green. Lights on the pace car go out. We are going to go racing for the finish of this race. When we go green, it will be 67 laps to go.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this stage plays out. Obviously, we had that first one split in half almost with that caution coming out for that incident. Pretty hopefully we get to see a long run here towards the end and to the end. It'd be pretty interesting to see how everything shakes up with the tires and if we would see another green flag if we would see a green flag pit stop here to conclude this race.
That is all going to be determined here in the next 67 laps. Pace car pulls off. Matthew Green leading the field back to Green. Green is out. Matthew Green gets on the loud pedal. Right now has a decent gap over the 77 and the 71. Wow, and Adam, interesting to see the 2 tires take off better than the 4.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw it there, but he's getting run down fast by Jason Rashcock there through 3 and 4. Now he's looking to the outside, and here comes Ellis Wells right to his back bumper. He is getting swarmed now on the second lap of this restart.
You say swarmed, I say eaten alive. Ellis Wells nowhere to really go there. Ellis Wells didn't want to go through the middle, so he tried to swerve low, but the 24 just had it covered.
Yeah, the 24 is going to lose a lot of traction there in the center of the corner. Off turn 4, lose a ton of momentum. Everyone's going to fly by him. Ellis Wells had to check up big time there and lose his speed as well. Ollie Reeves took big advantage of that. He is up to 3rd, and Cody Rivera is up to 2nd, racing Jason Rashcock now, as they are still 3 wide trying to sort this out.
You seen Ellis Wells do a move that I like to call, somebody's around. I didn't see who it was. That was big time contact.
I believe it was the 28 of Brad Sawinski. He got it going the right way still. I saw that too, Jonathan.
You see the right front damage on his car. He's
I think
gonna
he
have
just
to bring it in.
I think he just got hooked into the wall, but he did a good job not spinning out there.
Good job not bringing out a caution, but man, the damage
there you
is
see the
done.
damage. Yep.
That right front has seen better days. But he'll make it to
meanwhile,
pit road safely, and we'll jump back up front where it looks like Cody Rivera's has assumed the lead.
Yeah, Jason Rashcock has fallen to the 4th position from that race lead as Ollie Reeves has gone up to 2nd, and Ellis Wells trying to take that position now on the outside of turn 2.
Seeing something we haven't seen yet, Adam. Most of the field is actually single file right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these guys are just trying to conserve their tire right now or not. Because of this, we saw how dramatic that start was, and everyone's just trying to ride it to the end here and make sure the tire isn't chewed up right now early in the race. And here we see on track the 54 of Caden, the 81 is Seth Warren, that lucky dog on that last caution, and stayed on the lead lap just barely, and he is in the 8th position. No, he is the lucky dog. Tristan Troll, I believe, took the waiver on that, I suppose, because both of them are back on the lead lap.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, Adam. I just know that both of them are on the lead lap, and I believe the 6 might have been the lucky dog recipient. I'm wondering if Warren ended up in front of the leaders at the time of the
Yeah, that's more than
stage.
likely the case. Yeah, he probably didn't roll out of the gas like everyone else would have.
That's the only thing I can think of, and that'll be up to admins to figure that out. But Cody Rivera is still up front, still leading, as most of the field is single file behind him. The first car peeking out of line is the 81 of Warren.
Yeah, we've seen him mentioned in the 8th position, just falling to 9th now, as Keen Bullock got around him, and now Luke Mahone trying to get past that 81, that 5, trying to make his way back towards the front of the field, And indeed, he's going to clear the 81 for that 9th spot now. As here comes the 4 Fowler trying to poke his nose to the inside of the 81 there in turn 3. Couldn't do it there as Warren's going to fight back with Mahone here.
Now Warren's putting up a fight out here. Now I see the 95 trying to make some steam up on the top around Brian Lorenzo. That's Gino Morrow. He made some steam and he got around the 71, and he may not be done yet. Or the 77, I'm sorry. He's looking around the 71 of Rashcock. Brian Lorenzo actually going to cross back to the top and now be on the outside of Morrow. Back up front, it's still all Cody Rivera's. First battle happening on track is between Morrow and now the 54 of Caden Bullard, who is around him. And now the 81, Warren, looking to the inside on that 77 of Lorenzo. You see the 95 of Morrow going to tuck back into line.
Yeah, Bullard with that run from Gino Morrow now on the outside trying to make that steam work here. You mentioned single fire throughout most of this top 10. This is the first side-by-side fight on the racetrack, the fight for 8th right now. And Bullard is going to be able to clear the 5. Morrow there down, Mahone down the back straight, and Mahone trying to block Morrow from taking that high lane. Wasn't quite able to do it, or just let him take that line. Looks like he just able to let him take that line there. There's no fight between the 5 and the 95 on the front straightaway now.
Drivers ready!
Hey, wait, whoa. What are we racing for anyway?
For fun? How about let's race for a Coke? Go! Out the road, buddy. Harvick, come on.
Got some horsepower, Bobby. Come on, DJ, get out of the way.
Going down, Walter. Sorry, Kyle. No problem. I just wrecked in turn 5. Last lap.
Nice race, guys. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, we need you in the pits. Oh, dang. Sorry about your little car, Tony.
As a Formula One world champion, I strive to win everything.
And as a 3-time NASCAR champ, I never give up.
I should warn you, I am a triathlete.
Let's do this. Mobil One's advanced technology gives our engines the speed they need to win.
Right.
Works on my bike legs, too. Jensen, 4 letters, 3-time NASCAR champ. That oil made my legs real fast. Somebody get this guy a hanky?
Dad, where'd you get that?
Oh, you won't believe what just happened.
Don't tell me you got the last Diet Dew.
Yeah.
I love the taste of Diet Dew. What do you want for it? Deal.
Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah, it tastes that good.
Hey, hotshot. Meter's running.
Ooh. Call Logano. Hey, Joey, you can save money if you fill up at Shell if you use Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks.
Dude, I'm way ahead of you.
You saved at the pump?
Yeah, I saved at the pump.
The pump?
The pump.
You saved at the pump!
Woo! Now you can save at the pump when you shop at Advance Auto Parts. Learn more at advanceautoparts.com/gas rewards.
Now, it's my turn.
Man, running out of hot water, that's like running out of gas during a race.
You got that right.
That's why I'm getting a Richmond water heater, man. They're dependable.
A real winner.
They got everything here, too. And the prices, they're low.
Come to Menards. Check out our huge selection of Richmond water heaters in stock today. You'll save big money now. Low prices, lower energy cost.
Man, what an awesome store.
I'm proud to have them as a partner.
Let's go win some races from Menards.
Let's do it.
Save big money at Menards.
This year, winning means more, and Kyle Busch would do anything to win. He'd steal a lead on a restart. He'd save an out-of-control race car. He'd get a neck tattoo of himself winning so he'll feel guilty if he loses. He'd even call another driver's house 30 times in a row the night before a race.
Who is this? Who's this?
If it would help him win, he'd do it. Because Kyle Busch would do anything to win.
We welcome you back from that commercial break. You see the battling going on your screen, as right now we are actually 3 wide for the race lead. Ellis Wells, Jason Rajkok, and Cody Rivera is very close together here for this race lead.
Yeah, that was very tight there off turn 2. It's still going to be very close as they all dive into turn 3. Shockey Tarpley made it very close there on Ollie Reeves, as we have a little bit of blinking issues from our race leader, Cody Rivera. Gets it sorted out on the front straightaway, but it's not sorted out yet for the lead as Jason Rajkok dives down on the front straightaway. And when we went to commercial break, Cody Rivera's had a pretty comfortable lead, but Rajkok brought the whole pack of guys with him up to him, Jonathan, and eliminated that huge gap. And there they are right there challenging for this lead.
Absolutely, and oh, it looks like Rajkok's going to be in the wall a little bit there. If he's not in it, he was up there in the bumps, that's for sure. That killed his momentum and now puts the 57 and the 77 side by side right behind his rear bumper.
Yeah, Rajkok to the inside now of Cody Rivera's for the lead, though, so he's not letting it take too much out of his spirits here as Alonso diving to the inside of Wells for that third position. So it is going to be 2 by 2 here for these race leaders here.
And you see the damaged lap car, the 28. Looks like he's got his damage repaired and he's back out there, but right now just stuck in the middle of this battle as he's going to peak 3 wide there for a second.
Yeah, that's Brad Sawinski, and Jonathan, funny enough, he is the lucky dog recipient right now for a caution were to fall. The thing is, he's 18 laps behind the pace as we have a dive for the second position, 3 wide. Lorenzo Rajkok, and oh, it's close to the Wells, but able to sort it out. Sawinski making it 3 wide now as we have a battle for the lead. Wells dove huge time on the front straightaway, trying to get by. Rivera's here for the lead.
Well, Wells did lead that time by, so he does assume the lead, and now he clears for the lead. And I'm noticing that 84 Thurston has pulled it behind the wall here tonight. So, Adam, you talked about him being the points leader. He's taking a hit tonight.
Absolutely, that would be a surprise for me coming into this. He won the most recent mile and a half race at Las Vegas 2 weeks ago from the pole position, and he was up front tonight in the mix, so it's disappointing to see him retire. He, like you mentioned, 30 laps down, so that is a little bit surprising to see as we have this battle for the leads continue to still heat up here side by side between Rivera's and Wells.
I mean, it's side by side between Rivera's and Wells, but now Rashcock's back up here on the outside, fighting for second. And look who else is back. Ollie Reeves in that 4th position. He's running kind of in the middle. Adam, it's exactly what we talked about at the beginning of the race in the corners. Everyone's looking for a clear place to put their nose. Get that clean air on the nose and get the run.
Yeah, and you mentioned Ollie Reeves doing a fantastic job at it. Working his way up to 3rd, trying to get second now from Rashcock as Ellis Wells trying to block every lane possible there down the front straightaway. Rashcock was able to clear Reeves there for that 3rd position. Excuse me, that 2nd position.
Rashcock holds on to the 2nd position for now, but don't think Ollie Reeves is out of this yet. The longer we run, the more these tires are going to be screaming for mercy. And Adam, I'm not even sure if we needed to pit for fuel anymore. Some of these guys might be thinking all the way to the end.
Well, it is a 70% fuel tank on these cars in this league for the next gen, so it's going to be, I don't think they can make it on fuel. Personally, myself, I think that 67 or 57, I think it was 67 lap final stage here. I think it's going to be too much for these guys. But watching everything play out right now, here comes Ollie Reeves diving to the race lead here.
As we cross the line this time, it's going to be 36 laps to go. And the way me and Adam are looking at it right now, it's not if they pit, it's when they pit. And who's going to be the first one? Right now, it looks like the 81 and the 24 might have come down because they are now both lap cars. But right now, Wells continues to lead over Ollie Reeves, Jason Rashcock, and you see the side-by-side battle between Cody Rivera's and the 77 of Brian Lorenzo. And look who else is back up here now. Shockey Tarpley. He's coming back up here, and he's trying to put his name in this battle.
Yeah, we saw Shockey involved in that very early incident in this race. Was just in the mix for this race lead about 10 laps ago, so when then just kind of quietly fell off, went to the back of the pack, and hasn't really mixed up for any position since then, while everyone else contends for the lead. As we have another side-by-side battle for the lead. It is going to be Ollie Reeves on the inside of us Wells, but we see another lead lap car pitting. It's going to be the 6 of Tristan Troll.
And as you mentioned, Adam, Ollie Reeves made the move, and now he's in the lead. But we see guys that are on the lead lap pitting here. We said it's not if, it's when they pit. These guys pitting with about 34, 33 laps to go.
Yeah, now we have Wes Gallo, Luke Mahone on pit road joining Tristan Troll on that last lap of pit stops.
And our stage winner, I'm noticing him all out here by his lonesome. 13 seconds back of the lead right now. And he's on a 37 lap run, so he pitted under that most recent caution. Looks like he's going to bring it down here.
I believe most of our leaders are pitting this time.
You see the battle on pit road. See if Ollie Reeves comes this time. Indeed, he does. Very hot on the pit road, but looks like he gets it down to speed. And the 77 of Brian Lorenzo follows him in. So right now, the 95 of Morrow and the 54 Bullard and then the 4 of Fowler have yet to pit. So right here's the money stop, Adam. Morrow gonna keep it out for another lap. Looks like Bullard's gonna bring it down. Fowler gonna continue to follow. This is what you're going to want to see, though. The 81 passes Ollie Reeves on track, as he was one of the first ones to hit pit road.
Yeah, not only does Reeves lose position to Warren there, he also lost positions to Rashcock and Rivera's. So he's going to fall in line about 4th when everything gets cycled in here.
And right now, Morrow and Fowler have still yet to pit. You gotta wonder when they're gonna bring it down.
Yeah, Jonathan, we said this last stage was 67 laps. Most of the lead is split it right in half. These guys running a little bit longer, but here comes Gino Morrow down pit road this time by. See if Brendan Fowler is going to follow suit. I believe he is. Indeed he is.
So now we'll keep the eyes on the 81 as he'll presume the lead depending on when the 95 and the 4 get off of pit road. So far, so good, though. Great strategy call for this 81 to pit early and look like he's holding the speed over the 36 right now. See, Cody Rivera is trying to take a look to the outside, having a little bit of blinking there. The 81 still continues to lead. 57 of Wells going to look to the inside of Rashcock. And then here comes Cody Rivera to the outside of the 81 of Warren. Cody Rivera is going to assume the lead here. 71 and the 57 are still side by side. The 81 still looking to the inside of the 36.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the fight Seth Warren is putting up here. Obviously, he pitted a little bit earlier here as that tight battle for 3rd goes into turn 1. Woes right on the door of Rashcock. They were able to separate there a little bit side by side into turn 2 and down the back straightaway, but as I was saying, Seth Warren, on the little bit older tire compared to everyone, he's going to dive it again in turn 3 and try and not let Cody Rivera pull away, as he is staying in front of Jason Rashcock for the lead, for the third position, as he had a chance there going for the lead and almost got it there on the front straightaway. Couldn't quite do it though.
As you look behind them, they're 3 wide. I think they had a little bit of contact there. The 57 and the 71 might have had a little bit of door contact there. But now Ollie Reeves up there on the outside. He's trying to get around Ellis Wells.
Yeah, we were talking about Ollie Reeves' pit exit there and how he was going to have to repass those guys. They just made it super easy for him. They were battling each other super hard in turn 1, and he just blew right by them both on the top side of turn 2 last time by. Here he is trying to get around Seth Warren for that 2nd position now. He's going to slide right in front of him, take all that air off, and reintroduce Ellis Wells into this fight for 2nd with him and Reeves here.
Yeah, but Ollie Reeves is not going to give it up. He's going to force the 57 to stay tight to his door. And now they're both going to split the 81, it looks like. We're going to have 3 wide going into 1. Who gives an inch? Who takes an inch? Oh, the 81 slips up there. Almost has a major accident. Great save by the 81, and way to keep it clean there.
And Shockey Topley almost had a huge advantage from all of that. Almost gained 3 positions. Only going to be able to pick up 2, but Ellis Wells chopped to the top lane as soon as that was happening with the 81 of Seth Warren to block the momentum of Shockey Topley, and was able to do so successfully. So Topley only able to get to 4th through all that, but still net gain of 2 positions there for the 25 machine.
Yeah, the 25 machine really putting himself right here where he needs to be in the hunt for this race win. And how about a little bit of a recovery shout out? Tristan Troll, you may not have a right front quarter panel on that car right now, but brother, you're running 8th with a practically destroyed race car. So huge shout out to Tristan Troll for not only sticking it out this race, but really finding a way to battle through all that damage and still put together a solid run.
Yeah, who needs that right front fender? He's doing a good job, as we mentioned, all night of surviving this race, getting back on the lead lap, and now we're just staying right here, just behind these guys. Only 3 seconds, almost 4, off this lead pack, just with 20 laps to go here in Chicagoland.
20 laps to go, and if I'm Cody Rivera's right now, I want these to be the fastest 20 laps of my life with how much pressure he's under right now. He's got 4 other drivers that are practically within striking distance of him. All he has to do is put together clean laps right here. As Ollie Reeves now looks like he's getting a bit of a run and is going to be on the attack of this 36.
Yeah, we've mentioned all night Cody Rivera's last week's winner at the Daytona Road Course. He's the only repeat winner this season, Jonathan, with 2 wins, with one coming at Auto Club earlier this season, another abrasive racetrack. But Ollie Reeves finished 2nd at the most recent mile and a half at Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. Wants to do 1 spot better, of course, tonight, and he is all over the deck lid of that 36 going to turn 1. Going to go into the top line here, but it's just going to allow Wells and Tarpley to close in on this battle for the lead just a little by little here.
Yeah, and Ollie Reeves going to take another peek to the inside here. We'll see how deep he sends it in. He's going to go very deep, and he's actually clear of the 36. We'll see what kind of run he gets off the corner. Right now, put Ollie Reeves in the lead.
So I'm go all the way below the white line to protect that, and then go all the way back to the top into turn 1, because that's the way he has been making these passes tonight.
Well, now we're going to get to see the crossover move done by the 36. We'll see if the 36 sends it in deep. He sends it in enough to be even with him, but not enough to clear him. We'll see if Ollie Reeves can do anything with the run up off the corner. See the 57 back here. He's just chomping at the bit, waiting for these guys to slip up. Cody Rivera is still there on the inside. Ollie Reeves putting up a good fight here on the outside.
Oh, that was tight off turn 4 there. Rivera's trying to hang tight here on the inside of Reeves. Got a little bit away from him though off turn 4 as we get to 15 laps to go. Again, on the inside, he's going to lose the bottom of the corner here and allow Reeves to clear him slightly on the back straightaway, and indeed he is.
And right now, Reeves is in control. We'll see if Rivera's has a counter, or if any of these other 3 cars in Wells, Tarpley, and Rajcock have anything to say about this before this race is over. How about it, though? Top 5 within a second of each other here as we are 14 laps to go. Take you on board here with the 36. Oh, Ollie Reeves. Or not Ollie Reeves, Cody Rivera's. Sorry. pull you back out here because it looks like Rivera's going to have a chance to go for the lead. No run that time. We are at 11 to go. Now these two have actually broken away a little bit from the other 3 cars behind them. Now they're side by side. Cody Rivera's wants that lead back bad.
Going to be even here at the finish line because Rivera's is using that bottom lane. Reeves isn't able to dive below the white line like he has been doing. He's got car inside of him here, but he's got the line he's want through the center of the corners, I believe, because Rivera's has been struggling trying to clear Reeves on that bottom lane here.
Ollie Reeves still continuing to lead. Rivera is pulling back a little bit now. Going to try and build one more run at it. He might have a chance one more time to build a run on it. But now the 57 and the 71 have closed back up, so it's going to be interesting to see what Cody Rivera's can do. See Ollie Reeves jumping low now as Rivera's jumps back up to the outside wall.
Yeah, Rivera's using the bottom now, so Reeves, of course, going to go to the top, opt to go where the other car is not. It's going to have a huge run there off turn 4 because of that.
Rivera's is mounting another run here. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it. Ollie Reeves playing the game very well. You passed him on the bottom, force him to go around you on the top where you know you can fend him off. See right there, Ollie Reeves getting such an advantage through 3 and 4. Just riding the very bottom. Now, I've not seen this out of any other driver here tonight who can just throw it in the corner like Ollie Reeves is right now and get it to stick on the bottom.
Reeves doing a phenomenal job, like you mentioned, Jonathan. Wasn't able to get that great of a run that last time, but just dipping below the white line like he's doing on the front straightaway and positioning his car is just defending off any charge he can on Rivera's. But Rivera's, with a phenomenal job through 1 and 2, had a great run of steam on the back straightaway. He's going to dive it into turn 3 here, but we know he hasn't been able to get the job done on completing passes down low. Can he change that here with just laps running out? And that battle for third is heating up with Rashcock side by side with Wells.
5 laps to go here. Reeves looking like he could hold off Rivera's, unless Rivera's has more cavalry that could challenge for this lead. But right now, 57 and the 71 being side by side, they're not going to be in contention right now for this lead. And that leaves Rivera's by himself to just try to figure out how to attack the 31.
Biggest thing with this is, with Reeves running that bottom line, is that you are most vulnerable when you leave that right rear quarter panel able for a guy to get alongside, like we might see Rivera's do right here through turn 2. Can he get to the right rear quarter panel with the 31? No, he's not. But Reeves is still making that option available each corner, and if Rivera's is able to do that once, it might be game over for that 31.
He keeps leaving the top open, but again, I got to go back to the run that he's getting in 3 and 4 when he does go to the bottom. It looks like it might be just enough to hold off any last lap charge from the top. Rivera is going to keep trying to rebound here with 3 laps to go. Ollie Reeves again to the bottom there in 3 and 4. Rivera is still trying to close up on that back bumper.
I don't think Rivera's really has anything there. I think turn 2 is going to be his best chance. He's diving into each corner, but I don't know, Jonathan. It's going to be a tall task here for him.
We're going to see the white flag here tonight. Last lap, last chance, last gas for Cody Rivera's. If he has anything, he needs to put it on the table now, but he's under pressure from the 71. And where the heck did Brian Lorenzo come from?
He has been running 5th most of this run just quietly, and he has gone by Ellis Wells trying to make a charge here for this 3rd spot.
Brian Lorenzo isn't just going for the 3rd spot. He's looking for 2nd as there's contact. Ollie Reeves is going to win it. Lorenzo's going to take home 2nd. Rivera's 3rd. And Jason Rashcock is going to come home in the 4th position, followed by Ellis Wells, Shockey Tarpley, Gino Morrow, Tristan Troll, Warren, and Bullard round out your top 10. Fowler in 11th. Gallo finishes 12th. Mahone finishes out back in 13th. Borski was never able to recover and finishes in that 14th position. 15th goes to Green. 16th to Frank. 17th to Sawinski. 18th to Thurston, who retired early. 19th to Coluccio, who was involved in that only wreck we had here tonight. And 20th, I believe. 21st is going to be Lucan, so 20th is going to go to Fielder. Neither Lucan or Fielder here, like they ran very long or even really ran in the race. But Ollie Reeves burns it down here tonight.
Well, while we see Ollie Reeves still do his burnouts there on the front straightaway after a Polish victory lap, still doing burnouts here. Jonathan, I believe you have caught up with our 3rd place finisher of Cody Rivera's tonight.
Throttle up to turn myself and it wouldn't work. Oh, hello.
Cody Rivera's, it's the boys in the booth. You bring it home 3rd here tonight, and man, it was quite a race there to the end. We seen you go from 1st to 2nd, and then eventually Brian Lorenzo sneaks up out of nowhere, and you end up finishing 3rd. Go ahead and walk us through the end of that race for you.
Yeah, man. Well, I think first of all, it was a fantastic race. The top 5 or 6 guys, unbelievable all night, super fun. But I think, yeah, the end of the race, it really started with that pit stop. I thought Ellis said he was coming in next time by, so I don't know if you guys caught the whole situation with us banging doors into pit road there. I thought he was going to be staying out one more lap, and then he slowed down, and it was a scramble. I didn't intend on pitting there, but we all survived, and then in the hustle of it all, I forgot to turn that auto fuel off, and I was right on the number and probably going to be short on fuel. So while I had the lead out there, I didn't get to save tires the way I wanted to. I was doing a little too much off throttle, but yeah, Ollie got by me. I had a couple things for him, tried to throw it to his door a couple times, and just never got back by. But congrats to him. It was a great race, and I'll definitely take a 3rd after the last mile and a half race that we had.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you came out here, you put on a show, and you led a lot of laps. Just overall, the race was really, really good. But we look forward to next week. We go to Charlotte. What's your anticipations for Charlotte? What do you expect, and how do you think you fare with the Cup car at Charlotte?
Charlotte's a fun one. Not necessarily my best track, but I think we're gonna have a day into night race there. It's gonna offer a lot of variety. It's a nice throwback week for us too, so look for some creative schemes next week from the boys. But yeah, hopefully we can keep it up. If you could send me a top 5 right now, I'd gladly sign up for it.
All right. Well, final thing before we let you go celebrate that third place finish. Any shout out sponsors or people that you got to thank out here?
Just like last week after the win, we're going to shout out the boys in SAAC. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep growing, and hopefully we can keep putting on a show for you guys.
All right, and that is your third place finisher here, Cody Rivera's winner last week, third place this week, and we will see what the rest of his season has to unfold.
Thanks, guys.
Adam, I believe you've caught up with our second place finisher, Brian Lorenzo.
Yeah, hey, Brian, you got a copy?
Yeah, man, loud and clear.
Well, it's the guys up here in the booth, and we were watching you on that last lap. Jonathan said it on the last lap call. Where did you come from? I was watching you the last 10 laps or so. You were just kind of riding around there, minding your time. Was that your plan, or were you just going for the win there, of course, just a little bit short of Ali?
Yeah, man, we were going for it. We were trying to go for the win. Unfortunately, this track is really draft dependent. So on the pit stop, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle on the pit stop. I lost about a second, and it pretty much knocked me out the draft. And that pretty much ended my chance to win. I didn't think I was going to be able to drive to second, but one thing that this car was really good at, and I know we're going to be good at it for the rest of the season, a lot of these guys know me for it, is long run pace. And that, I think I was like 5th with 5 to go at one of the hardest tracks to pass at, and we were able to sneak in a second place. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, what was that last lap like from the seat of the 77? A little bit of contact there off turn 4 with Cody.
I kind of just kept sending it into the corner. These guys were trying to run the top, and I knew the bottom would really be able to get me past these guys. So in 1 and 2, I absolutely sent it. Got Cody hit Jason with the dirty air out of the corner. I was able to almost clear Jason, and then going into the 3 and 4, I sent like a fake slide job going into the corner, and Cody, I think he fell for it and decided to. He got pretty tight and ended up getting into the wall. And at that point, I was full throttle, so I was gonna be like right at his door, coming to the line if he had hit the wall.
Well, you made it across the line in that second position. Who do you have to shout out, thank? Who gets you here to every week, to get you to that second place finish here tonight?
We got a lot of them. First of all, Velocity Designs, my own paint shop. We made this car. We had 2 cars out there in the field. Great to start. Great to see us start 1-2 and do really well in this race. I'm not sure where Luke finished, but just great to see 2 of my own cars that I made out there. I'd like to thank the secondary sponsors of the car, 4 Cloak Media and Pierce Graphics, 2 awesome groups. 4 Cloak Media, another broadcasting group, and Pierce Graphics is a provider for broadcasters. He has some amazing work, and I think you guys should go check it out. Lastly, I'd like to thank the league, and thank you guys for coming out, staying late, and watching the show and showing it off to the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being the show on the last lap, Brian. Sorry it wasn't one spot better. Good luck next week in Charlotte.
Yeah, man. That track really suits my style of driving, so I'm really excited already.
All right, absolutely. Thanks, Brian. That was our second place finisher, Brian Lorenzo, in the 77, and I believe, Jonathan, you are in victory lane with tonight's race winner.
Indeed, I am, Adam, and we got him here. Ali Reeves able to bring home the victory here tonight and hold off a hard-charging Brian Lorenzo, who pretty much appeared out of nowhere. It seemed like your fight was going to be with Cody Rivera's, but did you see Brian coming up there and stealing second, or even coming up there and stealing your lead that you had coming to the line?
No, I was just so focused on Cody and just hitting my points. Like, I was just only focusing on him on the mirror. I would not look anywhere else.
Well, Ali, walk us through this race and how it went for you. You had a long, hard-fought battle with Cody and all the rest of the drivers up there in the top 5. Seen you guys all come into pit road, differing strategies, and just how'd the race go for you overall?
It was a really fun race early on. We had like, a whole total pack. I was just filling it out, filling other drivers out and stuff. Coming like after the stage, it came, the cream rose to the top. We had the faster guys up there, Ellis, Jason, Cody, Brian, Shaw, he was up there too. And just trying to filling out the track the whole time, the car, the tires. That was really important to do that. My long run speed was pretty good too.
And looking forward to next week, we go to Charlotte. How do you feel your odds shake up at Charlotte with this next gen Cup car?
I actually feel pretty good going to Charlotte. It's one of my better tracks. Going into there, with the throwback paint scheme and stuff. Pretty cool.
All right, and last thing before we let you go, celebrate your victory here tonight. Shout outs, thank yous, sponsors, anything like that you gotta give a shout out to here tonight.
Yeah, I just want to thank Velocity Designs. If you need any paint schemes, go hit him up. My boy Brian, he makes paint schemes for pretty much every car, dirt, next gen. Also want to thank my team Zenith too. We practice throughout the week, shared information and stuff like that. Thanks to my teammate Luke, Shockey, and Ellis.
All right, well, that is your race winner here tonight, Ollie Reeves. Ollie, go celebrate that victory, and we hope to talk to you next week.
Thank you.
So, with that, Adam, we get to wrap up here tonight. Man, what a race we seen. It was like Ollie talked about. He was just feeling out the pack early, but that's what we pretty much seen all night long was a pack of at least 4 or 5 cars just strung together. And the draft, I think, was something you and I did not anticipate being a big deal here, and it was certainly a big deal coming to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. We said, at least I did, at the show, I thought we were going to get a little bit more spread out, especially seeing green flag pit stops come into the equation, but it was definitely pleasant to see these guys stay grouped together and have this competitive fight all the way to the finish, and especially someone like Brian Lorenzo coming through the field and, like I said, like I told him, putting on a show for us on the last lap behind Ollie Reeves after he did a phenomenal job fighting off Cody Ramirez after that pit cycle. It was really exciting performance tonight for these next gens here at Chicagoland Speedway.
I completely agree with you, Adam. I can't wait to see what Charlotte holds next week, especially with this car and this draft package. I mean, if they could do this at Chicagoland, you and I can only imagine what Charlotte's going to be like with how the draft really affects these cars. But other than next week at Charlotte, we come back tomorrow night for the DI9 NAOR series here on JCTV. It'll be myself, Josh Coppernell, and I believe, Adam, you're going to show up as well for that race. And then Saturday night, should be back to 4 of us in the booth for the In the Pit News Truck Series. Myself, Adam Kuhn, Jonathan Parker, and Dawson Allen all in the booth for the Saturday night In the Pit News Truck Series. And then Tuesday, playoff race number 2 for the Slide Job Racing Series. Who is going to make the Final 4? And Adam, I have an announcement to make. I get to race for money at Watkins Glen on Tuesday night. So I have a little bit more incentive to race on Tuesday night with the Slide Job Racing League for that Dash for Cash. So look forward to that. Watkins Glen Tuesday night. Other than that, we will see you all any one of those days. And if you're just here for the Coast to Coast series, we will see you next week at Charlotte. From myself, I am Jonathan Canfield and Adam Kuhn up here in the booth. I'm signing you off here tonight. Hope everyone has a great, great night. Stay safe out there. And we will see you next time here on JCTV. Have a good night, everybody.